What is up, tubers? Back for some more sealed Dominaria in prep for the Arena Open coming up. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button so that I may open some juicy cards here. 6 packs, 6 rares. Okay, well, we have 2 good rares. They're both Mending of Dominaria, nice little value card. Tashar's solid, or it can be. If I pick up enough legendaries, Urza's Ruinous Blast can also be a thing, but I would call those very, very weak overall. Let's see what we got going. I opened 4 Call of the Cavalry, or Call the Cavalry. What does this one do again? Look at the top 5. Yeah, it's not very good. Okay, well, so I will do the correct deck building method for sealed, which is I'm going to pull down every card that's like playable in some capacity, and then we'll look from there. But just given the rares, I am not too hopeful about what we may or may not be able to do here. Bargain, Eviscerate. We got a Yargle. How's the red look? Red looks pretty bad too. It's gonna be like a bad Wrath or a Pyroclasm type effect. What does green have besides the double mending? Elf, Fight, Plots is good. Couple of token producers. Oh, 3 Thorn Elementals. What? I might run 2 of those, I guess. Bunch of good multicolor cards. Oh man, I don't have any Skittering Surveyors. This is a very bad pool. Yeah, this is an extremely bad pool from what I can tell. I mean, we could run some of these other cards. Let's see what we're working with here, though. What's my strongest individual color? It's probably got to be the green with the double mending, but removal's pretty bad here. Creature quality is not super high. The Acolyte has really good synergy with the double mending, but I don't know if black is good enough otherwise. We could splash like Soul Salvage or something, maybe. I mean, the mending does shuffle everything back afterwards, so that's not a huge deal. We have to be green in some capacity. That I know for sure. So, looks to me like a red is a very easy cut. It's just like bad aggro cards. There's a world where I splash the Garna. Because the Garna doesn't care about how creatures were put in your graveyard, just that they were put there, so other good synergy with some of the graveyard shenanigans. I don't think the white is good enough. Tashar is nice, but just, yeah, doesn't have enough synergy here. Could go like green, black, splash a teeny bit of red, perhaps, for the Garna. I don't even think we need the Garna, though. Blue for Sphinx is not crazy as well. Otherwise, the blue cards are kind of lackluster for sure. I mean, does Juggernaut make sense in this build? Not really. Only have 11 creatures total. Any other green creatures I would want to throw in? No. Yeah, this is a really weak pool. Definitely very, very weak. I wonder if... No, I just don't have enough blue stuff. I was thinking maybe we can force like red-blue aggro with the Adelies. But we just don't have enough wizards to really make that work, do we? And if the Adelies dies, then we Definitely don't have anything going on. I mean, how many wizards do? None in the current pool. Mm-mm-mm. What if I just go straight up green-black, try to grind out with the mendings? I'm just short on a couple playables. I'd have to run some of these random artifact creatures, of which we don't even have that many. I could throw in some more top end, I guess. I mean, the mendings kind of ramp, they just require 5 mana to get there. I could see doing that. Oh, why are we running Yargle too? 8 creatures? Yeah, this is just no way. No way, no how. Do I need to run just like a random 1/3 for 2? No, that doesn't make sense either. Well, my green is the best, but it might not actually work out. Alright, let's take a peek at the random red-blue wizards deck then. Maybe just trying to burn people out quickly could work out. Lava Runner, Journey Mage, Skizik, Adelies. What's our creature count at? 10? We'd run the Juggernaut, 11, 12 with the Flyer. Could try splashing Garna or Raff here. A couple of Overseers aren't like crazy bad. This does not look good, though. We're really banking on having Adelies with 6 total wizards. And how many total creatures? 14? I mean, it's not the worst. What about a red-black deck? We do have a Chronicler as well as a Soul Salvage for value, and that would also give us access to easy Garna. I don't think we'd run the Yargle. Something like that. 12 creatures. A lot of 4-drops. Like, I'd probably just end up running Rat Colony as a random 2-drop here. Same thing with, like, Overseer, random 2-drop. That doesn't seem particularly good either, does it? Tough build. Just not a lot going on. Is there any world where like a 3-color no-fixing deck would work? It's possible. I mean, I don't think the red-black actually looks all that bad. It is a little bit aggro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 instants and sorceries for get 2 Lava Runner. Run the 2-drop and just throw in a random sword. Maybe that's the right way to build this. Okay, well, let's try this. The pool seems pretty weak, so maybe we can just try to aggro people out. It's like a fine backup plan if you don't have a good pool, you know? Red-black aggro, that's the way it's going to be. Little Garna at the top end for some value. We got some, little bit of removal, most of it in black. The Eviscerate and the Vicious Offering. We have some grind out value, but overall I'm thinking this is probably a deck that's not going to do very well. Playing against Corticals. Round 1 here. Wait, what? Well, that is... What? I'm not sure what just happened there. Maybe he's trying to conceal some tech or something, or maybe he didn't submit a deck correctly. I have no idea what just happened. Corticals, I'm watching you. That is what you call a paid actor. That's a funny way to start the video. Okay. Hey, we're 1-0. Let's win some more. That's probably the best opening hand we were gonna ever get. This looks more like what I'm expecting. I mean, turn 1 Divest. Maybe we draw a 2-drop in the first couple draw steps. What you got in there, OP? Mono blue? For real? I think we just take the Snapper. 4/5 hexproof is pretty unbeatable for us. Hey, we drew a 2-drop. See if they go with Scholar, if they want to play their flyer out first. R&D gonna go with the Scholar. I'm just gonna play out my flyer. It's very hard to go monocolor in Sealed, even though we were trying to do that almost. Rat Colony just straight up a 2/1 for 2 in this deck. Remember, I don't have any more. I'm gonna Journey Mage the Rat? Okay. Yeah, I'll replay out the Rat. Potentially block the Journey Mage. Do need to find a way to deal with their Partick Wanderer, though. That's going to come down next turn. So Glider doesn't block, so we just attack. And pass here with Garna open. I will just flash out the Garna to eat the Scholar if they don't do anything, though. Alright, 5/5 Trampler. Gonna main phase this in case we draw something for 2 mana that we want to do. Skizzik and Short Sword are actually pretty good here. Sorry, Skizzik and Acolyte are probably pretty good here. I can kick the Overseer next turn too if I want to. Though I'm guessing I might need to double block the Partick Wanderer. I'm at 9, they're at 14. Tetsuko. They have 1 card in their hand. Okay, let's go for it. Skizzik, attack for 7. See if they trade. That's fine if they do. If they didn't trade and they wanted to try to race, then I'm thinking that the Overseer probably would have killed them the next turn. But Acolyte here for us is going to gain a couple life back, so... They're just playing at another 2/2 flyer. I'm down with that. Still? Okay, I'll take it all. What do you have? Familiar Pass. We have lethal then. We kick our Overseer. I like trying to race. Thank you. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I mean, surprisingly, we're able to pull off enough playables to go mono blue, but... Race is good. 2-0! It's working! As much as that counts. Ay, ay, ay. On to game 3 on the play. Mono black. We'll do it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just do this turn 1 since we can draw some 2-drops. 3 knights and, geez, their hand's good. Now, they don't have any white sources right now, but it's a pretty good looking opening hand if they can find a white source. Off the top, what a hero. Unlucky. So I'm gonna go to 17, they're gonna play out their knight. Then I'm gonna play Chainers, go to 19, and then they're gonna hit me for 5. Go to 14. Go to 16. Yeah, this ain't great. And I can't target the Knight of Grace with, like, Eviscerate. Oh, shoot, I take 6, actually, because the Chainers gives the Knight of Grace a black permanent. So I go to 13, I go to 15. So we're only going to get like a 5/5 off of Chainers unless I eviscerate the stupid Knight of Nubenalia, which I do not want to do. I don't know what our best draw is here, but I hope I draw it. Otherwise, I think I probably have to eviscerate, yeah. Okay. So, smack for 2. They're going to Dark Bargain, go to 10 is the guess. This is such a weak play, but I think I have to make it, because this preserves our Chainer's Edict. Because now I'm only going to take 3, I'll go to 12, and then Chainer's puts me to 6, but makes a 6/6. And since we know they have Vicious Offering, I think that makes the most sense. Oh, goody. Just a Lyra. Just a Lyra. You know, if I had one more mana, that would be really good, but... Well, now using that Eviscerate looks really, funny. I think it was the right play, though. Again, if I don't Eviscerate their 3/1, I would have been, at 9... Chainer's Edict makes a, what, 4/4 or 5/5? Like, that's pretty miserable. Jeez. Alright, good beats. Their deck looked a lot better, and they drew what they needed to draw as well. We saw their opening hand, it was only 2 swamps, so... They found the white source immediately, and then they drew a few more lands. Good stuff. This is one of those decks where if I get 4 or 5 wins, I will be happy, so. That's a good looking aggro hand. A couple 2-drops, a way to pump them, a removal spell, and a Juggernaut. Dauntless Bodyguard. So we're going to play Rat Colony on 2, and if they want to trade, I'm okay with that. And then Warcaller on 3 plus Equip It makes a 3/3. Yep. Okay. Two 1/1s. Uh-oh. Now they're 2/2s. Just gonna pass here. Sheesh. Well, the Juggernaut has to attack. If they double block this... Green-White has so many combat tricks, though. This is really bad. I think I'm just going to attack with the Juggernaut. I should have equipped the short sword to it, but... Okay, sure. If that's the case, what I'm going to do is deny them 4 life and sack my Juggernaut to the offering. And obviously, we need to find some spells. We're flooding out. We're at 5 spells, 7 land. Skizzik's okay. It'll just trade with Baloth if they want to, but... You gotta do what you gotta do. And if they don't trade, then, hey, push some damage. Man. Alright, I don't think I'm going to attack here. They didn't block, there's a reason they didn't. Alright. I have a Fiery Intervention which can kill the Manipulator. Oh, they're gonna go aggro. Maybe attack with everything then. I'm actually surprised they're not attacking with everything and pushing 4 extra damage. Wow. That was one of the best draws we could have hit. Okay. I mean... They still have Memorial to Glory for extra tokens, but they have to be a lot more careful now. Damn, that's... I literally drew back-to-back perfects. Because the Chronicler brings back my Radiating Lightning when they're at 3 life. Wow. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, you know? Oh my gosh. They need like an On Sarah's Wings. Yeah, wow. Very, very lucky. So for sealed though, remember it costs 2,000 gems to enter and you don't get your money back until you get to 6 wins. But it's a lot more flat of a payout. Like I think you get 200 extra gems with every win. As opposed to Premier Draft where there's a big jump between like 2 and 3. Or whatever it is. So 3 and 1, hoping to get a couple more wins just to get most of our gems back. And on to the next game we go. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop on the play, although we're not going to want to play the Skizzik out until turn 5. Nice, drew a removal spell as well. Hey. Creatures into removal. I like it. I like it a lot. Two tokens. Okay. Take a peek at what's going on before we decide if we want to trade off. Charge. All right. I'm just going to attack with the 2/2 then. Okay. Really? Deal. Wow. Fantastic deal for us. Drew a swamp. I assume they're going to play Sap Herd out. Oh no, that's not a Sap Herd. They have the another migration. They're probably going to wait to kick that though. So this is going to be another match where we really want to draw the Radiating Lightning. That's not particularly good versus all the tokens. I think I'm going to go ahead and save our Journey Mage. Since we know they don't have much going on in hand. We still have Fiery Intervention, which deals with a 5 toughness, the same as Offering does, but I don't have to sack a creature. That's fine. We can resolve Skizzik next turn with a land. We're feeling good, I think. Okay, again, yeah, we'll just offer the trade. We want to clear off as much as we can since we have a bunch of creatures that have bigger powers than butts. Alright, land off the top, kill the Kavu. Beautiful. And they have garbage left in hand, so we kill this, we attack in for 8. And as long as they don't top deck some nasty card, have a couple of hasty creatures to follow up. Good, land, alright, that's game. They needed to find something right there. Yep, GG's. Up to 4! 4 wins gives me 1,400 gems back. This is not a very good sealed pool, but any random aggro deck can do well in best of 1. On the play. Lava Runner into Journey Mage, okay. If we could draw a Swamp next turn, that would be great. Oh, that's actually not bad. As long as we just don't draw any more mountains. You know what? I kind of like playing around Syncopate by casting my 2/2 here instead. And we'll turn that into a 3/3, better attacker. For next turn. Don't really care if they have like a Shivan Fire for my Lava Runner. Swamp off the top. Sure, that's fine too. Swamp, swamp, swamp. Yes, look at that. Alright, good turn to divest. They have a bunch of a nonsense. The Adept is most annoying, but they don't have any more wizards, but that has the highest potential. Get our 3/2 online, poke them for 2, and then poke them for another 1. If we cast Eviscerate, our Lava Runner gains an additional point of power. Nice, that's good for us that they're doing that. So that sets them up for having Intervention next turn. Let's spread out our threats here. I'm not sure they want to use intervention on one of these creatures, though. And if they do, I think we're okay with that. I would guess they just go Drake plus Relic Runner here. Ah, that works too. So this is the turn that we want to turn on the pressure then. Eviscerate the Journey Mage. Lava Runner Haste, attack for 5. I would guess they chump at this point. Chump the 2 instead of the 3. I like that. Still not bad for us, because we can suit up the Journey Mage and attack. Or if I rip up one of my other removal spells, we'll win. Lightning wins. Vicious Offering wins. Does Garna have haste? No, just flash. I don't think I have any more. Oh, Skizzik wins. Keldon Overseer win. Oh, wow, we have a ton of wins. That is not one of them, though. Oh, they're so close to stabilizing. We just need to draw like one more spell. Put them over the top. Okay, that's good for us. Damn it. Now, if they want to double block, we're okay with that. Yeah. Just like one more piece of pressure. So they get to play a 4/4 Drake here. Not good enough. That just eats a fiery. It's a little bit hard for them to attack, though. And now this is where they pull ahead. They have Memorial to draw cards. I guess they get to hit me with 1 or 2 creatures here. Oh, man. Yikes. Brutality. That makes their Keldon Overseer unblockable, funny enough. So I think I'm supposed to get a little bit greedy here. Kill their Overseer and attack for 3. If they chump, great. If they don't, then they're at 2 life. And maybe we can kill them with Radiating Lightning or something off the top. Yeah, so that effectively turned into a 2 for 1. So even though I left him with the larger creature, we still got a lot of value off that intervention. Clutches? Oh, they just have an intervention. Okay. We still have really good draws. Will we find one? I'm at 9, so this is not a 2-turn clock as well. That is one of them! We want to equip their creature so that if they kill it, or bounce it, or rather, if they need to deal with the Drake to survive. Whew. Okay, saved. 5-1. Man, I mean, we got a free game round 1, but the aggro strategy is paying off because our power level is so bad in this pool. And I've said this before on lots of sealed videos, sometimes you just need to try to go, you know, beat down, beat down, beat down. And sometimes it works. Okay, game number 7. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, pseudo removal, and removal. That's a keep. My secrets! You got me. Well, information's the most annoying thing here, as they took my Lava Runner. That's actually okay. That's our least relevant creature, I feel like. Them knowing about lightning is the biggest issue, but they're not playing really the colors of mass 1/1 tokens, so. Yeah, we just want to draw 2 lands in a row. There's one. Opponent's also missing lands, it looks like. Wow, just a lot of freezes, okay. Hey, perfect. Gizik, hit him for 8. Given what we have in our hand, it's going to be pretty hard to stabilize without just having more removal, because they can't have creatures. So maybe they have an intervention here, or Gideon's whatever, reproach. I still need to attack into it. Oh, that doesn't work. Wow. Sheesh. This is not how we want to win, but we are getting the wins. That's 6-1 now. Man, I am very surprised. I'm going to consider this more lucky than anything else, but hey, 6-1. Let's see if we can finish off. Get a nice little trophy with red-black aggro. Feel more confident about everything going on. Okay. Game 8 is afoot. 4 drop, 5 drop, 6 drop. That's a pass. That is a quick pass. It's better, but not much. I'm gonna... yeah, I'm gonna pitch the sword here. If they're playing green, the lightning is just a little bit too good to throw away, I think. That's actually pretty good versus white, too. Oh, nice. We'll lead with Lava Runner. Divest is still going to be good on turn 2. Gives them an extra draw step to find like a Lyra that we can make them discard as well. Okay, more 1 toughness creatures. I am all for this. Aha. We take the Danitha. 2/3 still somewhat annoying. And the Tiana later on is going to be... Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. I mean, I guess we're going to just block and... If they pop up the Disciple, so be it. You know? I guess if I had taken that, we could have... that might have been bad. Yeah, that was bad. I think I have to take this and try to race. We can Radiating Lightning to kill the Knight. Hit for 5 now, because the pump of the Lava Runner. Tiana has first strike as well, doesn't she? Oh, that doesn't block. Nice. So they're only going to attack with... Both? We're still racing? Oh, you are crazy. Okay. No! And Tiana has first strike, right? So she gets to eat the Juggernaut. Alright, well now I'm dead unless I top deck something. Dang it, that is not it. So we're just dead here, right? Yeah. This is my fault. This game was really winnable had I correctly, what's it called? Not block the Sparring Construct. If I don't block the Sparring Construct, we get to shoot their or rather, we get to kill their Sarah Disciple in addition. And then they make a 3/4 on the ground instead. I guess we can still lose that game. Because then I don't nearly have as much power in, to attack. But, because they can just sit back with the 3/4. Anyway. Alright, final boss. 6-2, game number 9. Hand is a little bit slow. We have Lava Runner on 1, but then really we're not doing much until Dark Bargain unless I draw some cards here. So ideally we find another creature to cast and then we draw a land. That'll work. And now a land next turn, please. Beautiful. Alright. Let's see if the Juggernaut resolves first before deciding to attack with the Overseer. Because if the Juggernaut had gotten countered, I wouldn't want to attack with the Overseer. Jug versus Jug. Okay. I'm okay just getting both these creatures back immediately. Two 2/2s, yeah. This is another Radiating Lightning looking juicy. So this has to attack. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I guess I'm gonna main phase this and see if we can find something to do. Divest is a little bit interesting. Really need another black source here. Ah. Probably have to take the Garna though. Actually, I think we're gonna not block because we have Garna now, and hopefully rip a swamp so that I can go Divest plus Garna. That's not bad. They have a Clutches. That's bad. Shoot. That makes me not want to run out Skizzik now and instead just go like this. They might fire off Time of Ice for tempo. Yeah, we're gonna fall too far behind here. Eviscerate their flyer and pass and cry. Another Sergeant at Arms. Yeah, can't beat that Clutches. Clutch is just one of the most powerful uncommons in this format. 6 mana, steal a permanent. It's also legendary. I almost wonder if they should have stolen my swamp. This is so bad. GG's. Damn. Okay, good beats. Well, got excited because we were at 6-1, but not surprisingly, we got a couple of losses there to finish 6-3. But again, I'm pleased. Our deck was not very good. I'm sure there was a better build somewhere in the deck. It might have been better to go like some 3-color super greed, but just from like the rares we opened, I don't think we were gonna have a good time. I mean, there was probably a good mending of Dominaria deck, but I just didn't think the green meshed all that well with too many other things here, besides maybe the black. So, nice little Dominaria OG sealed. Hopefully you learned a little bit from the deck building, especially because the games were not that interesting, but just it's good to get a refresher of these older formats. It's so weird that the Open is going to be from this set and not from Dominaria United, but hey, get the practice in while you can, and crush the Open is the game plan. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you back tomorrow. Bye-bye.